Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 7th. Sorry, we're just going to jump right in here. And in your current general energies, you have this new moon in Aquarius. It says open up to change. And you have this new moon in Sag that says focus on positivity. So pretty much it's kind of interesting that almost everyone has had these messages of like being super positive this week. So, and I would also argue that the November readings were kind of talking a lot about manifesting things in life very quickly. So obviously, if we want to manifest good things in our life, we have to be positive, right? So I think being positive would be a good idea for you. I would also say in this first row, you have the Two of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Pentacles. So you could be needing to open up to the fact that not everyone is the same. Like if you want love, you could be attracting a romantic situation right here. And it's probably actually an earth sign, I feel. Could be like a Capricorn, could be any sign. This is a general reading. But I feel like you could be attracting someone very quickly here. And, but again, I feel that maybe, Seven of Swords, Devil, maybe you've experienced toxicity or toxic people in the past. And I feel like this is saying, not everyone is the same. It's kind of also weird. I've never noticed this before, but I was looking at this right here. This is supposed to be a date palm right here by my finger, like this green with the yellow. These are pomegranates. This is like a date palm right here. And it kind of looks like an exclamation point to me. Like I quickly glanced at this, and this was jumping out to me as exclamation points all over it. I've never seen it that way. So that's kind of weird that happened. I've never noticed it like that. So I'm wondering if there's something coming in that's capturing your attention, that's entering into your life. And I feel you're going to have to use your intuition to see whether you can trust it or not. We see this right here. Look, you go here to the Hermit, to the Seven of Swords. You have the Devil here, and then the King of Wands. It's almost saying to me that there could be a new love situation entering into your life, and maybe you've had, but I feel like you have to trust yourself with the Hermit. Let's just say it that way, because the Hermit, can basically say you've been through a dark night of the soul. You've learned everything you need to learn about a situation or about multiple situations, doesn't matter. And it's like, now, can you trust that you have the knowledge to handle a situation that's coming into your life? I would say yes, very clearly. But sometimes I think we just need to develop the confidence that allows us to trust ourselves in the first place. This does not have to just be love, by the way, Sagittarius. This could be like a business opportunity, a work opportunity. The reading itself kind of gives me the feelings of like needing to learn how to trust yourself, because, especially like, let's put it this way, in work or business, if you've had a bunch of failures, trust me, I was there when I was younger, having a bunch of failures, it's like it gets hard to trust yourself. You're like, can I really be successful? Or is it just a pipe dream? Am I too dumb? Am I too slow? Am I too stupid? Like, what's the answer, right? And I feel like this reading is encouraging you. I feel like it's encouraging you, period. Let's stop there. But I also feel like it's encouraging you to build confidence in yourself and to believe that you're going to have or do or be something. Could also be love as well. Again, if you've had a bunch of negative relationships, obviously it can be very difficult to be like, oh, a good person actually exists for me. But you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles encourages movement and encourages you to get moving. He has all the knowledge and wisdom he needs. But he's the only knight that isn't moving, and he just needs to plant seeds in these fields behind him. I'm pretty sure it was you that I said move your ass to, right? Like the past 3 weeks or something like that. So clearly these readings, they kind of want you to get moving towards something. The trick with the High Priestess, by the way, is she has this crown on her head, and it's like 3 stages of the moon, but it also represents the fact that she sees the beginning, middle, and end of all situations exactly as she wants them to go. Not intuitively. It means you need to imagine things as you want them to go. Build things in your imagination first so that you can have what you truly want. With the Two of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. Definitely past separation. Some of you could be going through a separation right now, but I kind of feel that this is talking about past disappointments, kind of like I already said. It's like something has happened too many times, whatever this reading is about. We're going to figure that out, obviously, as we go throughout the reading, but that's what I feel. With the High Priestess, you have the Nine of Wands. Let down your guard. Let down your boundaries. Something is standing out to you. Again, I get this like exclamation point type of thing with that High Priestess, where it's like maybe something captures your attention. Maybe you've sworn off love, or you've said to yourself, I'm going to get a job instead of working on my business, or vice versa. Maybe you want a job and you're just saying, no, I'm going to quit and I'm not going to keep looking for a job. But, something is standing out to you here with those exclamation points. I feel like you feel it intuitively. And that Nine of Wands is like one last shot, one last chance. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Love it. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. It can basically represent money coming in the future. And it can also say that you're putting work in, whatever you put work into could also be relationships. You're going to kind of get what you put in back, if that makes sense. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Truth card, this Raven spirit. You have this Bee spirit. It says prosperity on it. There's clearly a lot of prosperity coming in for you. Pretty weird to me as well that pretty much everyone has had a card that represents truth in these readings. We are in a time of great truth. I would also say that Mars retrograde, Mars retrograde in Gemini, I can kind of see how it's probably going to expose some truths. Maybe not right now. We probably won't see those truths until March of next year. Like once we get past the shadow period of Mars retrograde. But I think but we will probably see truths like trickling out now. Things coming to light, things being exposed in our personal lives and the world, pretty much everywhere. And, again, I feel these truths are probably going to lead to some prosperity. You have the Seven of Wands, the Hermit, and the King of Cups. Again, if you're interested, I kind of feel like someone's interested in you here. It's like someone is a little bit closed off. Could be you as well. I mean, really Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands. It could be two people who are a little bit kind of standoffish at this moment, putting up boundaries. But it's like someone's going to open up here. I think it could be this person. They're showing up here as water, King of Cups. Then we go up to the Knight of Cups, water. And what I would say is really, I feel like it's probably an earth sign. Maybe they have water in their chart, but I just feel that this is saying if someone's coming in for you, I feel they're very emotionally stable. And, they probably have very deep emotions. I also feel like they're kind of like a traveler. That's like what's popping into my head. I almost get like gypsy vibes off of this person or something where they're like, I think they move around a lot, or, maybe they just have a lot going on in their life in general. So they could be kind of like a very busy person, but it's more, it's a little bit different than that. So very kind of different type of person, I would say. They probably don't live a conventional lifestyle, but again, who wants to live a conventional lifestyle? That's what I say. So, it could be just a very exciting person coming in for you. I'm also getting New York City popping into my head here as well. Hopefully that's nothing to do with water in New York City. I don't know. Next, you have the Hermit card. The Hermit is about kind of going through dark night of the soul, gaining wisdom, kind of exposing your inner light. I feel you could be kind of exposing your own inner truth here. Again, this is the area of the unexpected. It's funny because I started with Pisces this week, and I said to Pisces, I have a feeling there's really not much unexpected going on in our personal lives, and that's definitely been true. Pretty much no one has had anything unexpected. The things that aren't unexpected are like the things that you're going to be exposing maybe to people. And so is that unexpected for other people? Sure, but not for you. So I really don't think there's anything unexpected coming in for you. I think that what could be unexpected is that you could be committing to some new things, like in work or business, especially with that Seven of Wands. And these new things are probably going to lead to a lot of prosperity. But again, I think it's just unexpected for other people. I think other people just don't, maybe don't understand if you're like starting a business and you become very successful. Maybe they just didn't expect it. But, Seven of Wands is like a card of defending your position at the top of a hill. He's like king of the hill, right? So I kind of feel like you're becoming the king of a hill. This could be something that, you're working on. I would say it's something you've been learning for a long time with the Hermit. So if you've been learning about like starting a side hustle or getting a career, doing something in career, then this looks like you are kind of becoming the king here. Just, kind of speaking figuratively. With the Seven of Wands, you have the World. Major accomplishment, for sure. I feel like you're on top of the world here, Sagittarius. This feels very good. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're standing out, or whatever you're accomplishing, I see a lot of success for you with this energy. Love it. With the Hermit, you have the Knight of Cups. You have the Knight of Cups twice. Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you for sure. This person's opening up to you. This could be a little bit unexpected. I would say it's not like totally, out of nowhere unexpected though. So I do feel there could be a person who's coming towards you. You could either be meeting this person through traveling, socializing or through work is what's popping into my head. So make sure you're getting out in public if you want love. I don't really think you're meeting this person like online, for example. Of course, again, general reading. So if you met someone online, it could be this person. But, for the most part, I would say this looks like you're meeting a person like in public. So I would take advantage of social opportunities if you want love. Obviously, if you don't, then don't. With the King of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. Are you kidding? Exactly what I was saying. This is like your soulmate. So definitely true love coming in for you here. This is like two peas in a pod is what's popping into my head. And I feel, isn't it weird how like there's a butterfly on their faces, on these skeleton faces here. So I feel like this person, it's like you transform together, or maybe you kind of like change each other together. It's like you're going through a collective transformation. I mean collective as in if you're getting into a relationship, the two of you are going through a transformation. If you are not looking for love, I feel like you're being spiritually, all of you, even if you are looking for love, I feel like you're being spiritually guided. Again, Two of Cups is my card of like you and your higher self. And there's normally the staff of Hermes in the middle of the two people. And it just says you could be receiving communication in your dreams. And I don't know about you, but like I said this last week that my dreams have been bonkers lately. So, you could be having some crazy dreams, or it could even be daydreams, or maybe you're having kind of like intrusive thoughts. And I don't mean intrusive thoughts in a bad way. You could just be sitting around and you could all of a sudden think of a business idea that like comes out of nowhere. So I would be paying attention to those things that kind of come out of nowhere. There could be some, there could be something to that, if that makes sense. Next, what are we doing? What's coming towards you? You have this Imagine card and this Time for a Nap card. So again, it could be time for a nap because that's where you could imagine some good ideas, right? You could be dreaming about things. But what I would say is take breaks. Mars retrograde. Don't work yourself to the bone. Don't get sick or injured with Mars retrograde. With this card here, I'm going to show you over here. She's kind of like dragging that moon down with a string. It's kind of hard to see, but there's like a rope wrapped around the moon. And it's funny because in the tarot, sometimes I feel that the moon card represents needing to bring your dreams down to earth. It's like the moon can represent fantasies and illusions because you could be dreaming about something and it's a card of darkness. So it basically says you could be dreaming about a goal, wish, dream, something you want to experience in your life. But until you walk down that path on the moon card and get to the mountains in the background, and until you stick to the path as well, everything on the moon card is a warning to the fool that says, do not get off your path, right? So until you stick to your path, you will never know what is at those mountains in the background. What's at the back of the mountains? The Hermit. He's standing at the top of the mountains. This is basically saying you need to kind of manifest one of your dreams and you need to go through the process so that you can experience an accomplishment, the World card right here. So don't be afraid to go on the journey. You have the Seven of Swords and the Devil as well here. What I would say is that the Seven of Swords, number one, is meant to be a good card. It is a golden card. I know everyone reads it as lying, cheating, stealing. It can definitely represent lying, cheating, stealing, especially when it shows up with the Devil card. So some of you could be, dealing with that. But really, it's a card of tactics. It's a card of doing things differently than you've done them before. He's stealing those swords from an army that's in the background right here. So he's going to war, but he's doing it in a different way. He's making sure that those people in the background can't use the swords against him in battle. So it's like he's going to war, but not. And I feel that for some of you, where there could be like a different way for you to accomplish whatever you have been dreaming of. And I would just try different ways of doing things, plain and simple. You do have the Devil. I feel like this is maybe where you're at as far as love is concerned. I feel like maybe you've been through some energy vampire type situations or some negative relationships, just toxic relationships in general. And you're done with it. I mean, who isn't? But I feel like you're kind of like done with that. Here's the thing though, is that the Devil represents Saturn, and the Devil basically says, you have learned something from these situations, so don't just, throw them out. Look at what you've learned, because, as I always say, it's like the whole point of tarot is not to say like, oh, you've dealt with this toxic person, too freaking bad. The point of tarot is to say like, okay, you went through these toxic situations, but what did you learn? Or did you learn? Or do you know that you learned something, right? And that's what the Devil is saying. Page of Wands says go on the adventure. Again, I really get moon vibes here. I feel like you need to kind of like, again, the moon card has the path straight down the middle to the mountains. And I feel like that's what this reading is saying. It's like saying you're imagining a prosperous new beginning. You have that prosperity card, or you're imagining a life that's better than what you have now. And I feel like this is saying you need to get on that path and see it through to the end, just like the Hermit. He's climbed to the top of the mountain. With the Page of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles. I mean, I think this is the answer to life for the next 10 years at least, until like 2033 or somewhere around there. I always say that justice is the answer to the next 10 years, but Six of Pentacles, the guy has a scale that is on the justice card. It's basically cause and effect, like, equal give and take, but also making sure you're investing in situations that invest back in you. So if you're like wanting to try something new, give it a little bit of energy. If it gives energy back to you, literally or figuratively, then keep going. If it stops, then make a change. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty. It's very different. Again, if you're attracting love, I feel like you're attracting something that you don't think exists, like true love, like someone who isn't a cheater, a liar, cheater, stealer, whatever, right? So I feel like you're attracting true love. What I will say is that the Ten of Cups, it is a card of dating. So you might not, for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, I feel like maybe you're going to be dating a couple of people here, and then you're going to find this person. It's not like happening right away. With the Devil card, you have the the Justice card. So I do feel like you will be getting justice for the situation. Could be seeing someone get their karma as well, but it is funny that I just said justice. So I would be following the rules of justice for like the rest of your life. Next, you have the Flowers card. It says romance and sweetness on it. There you go. You also have this Teeth card. It says control and change. So I feel there is a change coming in for you. But look, definitely romance with that Flowers card. Something more serious. I do feel like you're taking control of your life. I feel like this is positive control. It's like I think that there can be bad control, which is like being controlling, but I feel like you're taking control of your life. You have the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Three of Cups here. It's kind of funny because it's like this Knight of Cups offering this cup, this King of Wands, it's almost like he's just wanting to receive, and I feel that for you. It doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel you're just kind of more in this space of like, okay, if someone wants to come into my life and date me, then I will receive it and I will let them prove it. And, I feel like that's probably a good place for you to be. Normally I don't like that, as I always say, because to me, I don't like when people are like, oh, I was hurt in the past, so I'm going to make this person jump through all these hoops. And it's like, okay, fine, but then are you also going to jump through hoops? Because you're creating bad energy when you make people pass a bunch of tests just because you were hurt. It's like, I understand getting hurt, but it needs to be equal give and take. This isn't like a one-sided thing. So what I would say here is if you are also willing to jump through hoops for them, then, by all means, make them jump through hoops. But like I said, I don't really feel that anyway. That's the whole point, is I feel like Six of Pentacles, the end of the Justice card, pretty balanced. So it says that you're also willing to kind of give to this person after they give to you. But I do feel, like I said, is there anything wrong with like making them give first or come to you? I'd say no. As long as you understand that you're going to have to kind of return the favor, so to speak, right? But I feel like that's the space you're in. And again, I feel clearly you have that sweetness card. You're attracting someone very sweet, and I feel this person is very giving as well with the Knight of Cups. Again, they're making the offer. Look, they have their hand out. Of course, you're going to have to put yourself in a position to receive offers. I get tons of comments of people that are like, you said love was coming in, but I sat home on my couch all day and did nothing and no one showed up at my door. I'm like, yeah, well, exactly. So put yourself in a position to get offers. I like to remind people as well. I used to have a friend who was like always complaining about never having love, and they were a very attractive person, by the way, but could easily have love, attractive inside and out, right? But every time we would go out with this person, hat pulled down like over her face, she'd always have her head buried in her phone. I'm like, no one can see you. No one can see that you exist. So you need to make sure, again, you might be going out, but like, are you, putting out open signals? Are you kind of saying that you're like open and ready and are you saying you're down to clown, right? I would say, put yourself out there. You have to be open, right? And that's what I'd be doing here with this Knight of Cups, because there's clearly someone who wants to invest. The other thing is with the Knight of Cups is that the Knight of Cups can represent some sort of dream, and you have the Knight of Cups twice, and especially on the Hermit. Again, I get major moon vibes. It doesn't matter if the moon doesn't show up. I read intuitively, and again, I get major moon vibes here. There's something that you're dreaming about that this could be work, business, could just be, like a hobby or something you want to do that you've always dreamed of doing, and I feel you could be accomplishing something. For some of you, it could be something very small, like maybe you've always wanted to like go to Italy or something like that. Like I kind of have that type of goal where maybe it's more for personal enjoyment or something like that. But I think now is the time. Now it's possible. You have the Three of Cups as well, celebration. I really feel you recognize this person. Like, you could be meeting someone very new, but I feel they have you have a certain familiarity with this person. They almost feel very familiar to you. And so this looks good if you're looking for love, for sure. Let's see. what is going on here. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Definitely make a wish. Again, I'm telling you right now, I don't care what you are imagining. Like I said, it could be something like going on a cruise. I don't know. For some of you, it's like vacation or something. But I literally feel now is the time for you to like manifest it. I feel you could be manifesting it. If there are like any contests or anything like that, I'd be entering into those, entering into a contest. For some of you, could be winning. I don't know. It feels pretty good. With the King of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles I love for love because usually King of Pentacles is someone who wants something permanent. Really, I mean, King of Wands and King of Pentacles are like my two favorite kings for relationships. So, there could be definitely a very solid connection coming in for you, someone who wants something long term. If you are building anything, like building a business, or even if you're building like a blog or a YouTube channel or just something for fun, even if you're retired, I feel that whatever you're doing is going to last for a very long time. Again, to me, I'm cheating when I say this because we have Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus rewards building something long term. I always say no get rich quick schemes under Uranus and Taurus, especially like after 2025. Like even though Uranus won't still be in Taurus in 2025, it doesn't matter. It's like, I think people need to realize when a planet leaves, it doesn't mean we're not still dealing with the energy. The universe will still be like, did you actually learn the lessons of like when the planet was in there or not? Right? But not only that, we will have Neptune will be moving into Aries. I do not like Neptune and Aries for like, guru type energy, people who claim to be experts and things like that. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be claiming to be experts, but I just think we need to be very careful with the information that we're consuming from experts, right? And that's definitely what I would say there. With the Three of Cups, you have the Four of Wands, marriage. I'm telling you, you will marry this person. So if you're meeting someone, this is the person you'll probably marry, and I feel like it'll be forever, especially with the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Are you kidding? That's amazing. If you are, again, building something that you are dreaming of, again, it'll be permanent. This is one heck of a reading. Love it. So we're going to pull 3 cards now here, Sag. If you have a question, feel free to pause this reading and think of your question. If you don't have a question, that's fine too. I'm just going to put all 3 together. And I'm going to answer all 3 cards, or I'm going to put all 3 together for like a personalish reading. So feel free to pause if you need time to think, but if you don't, I'm going to start reading the cards now. You have the Five of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Again, some of you are conflicted about love. We already know this. We talked about it. And the Six of Pentacles is your answer. We already talked about it. Page of Cups, true love. There you go. I would say yes to any question you have here. I also feel that this is encouraging you to manifest a dream. The Page of Cups, he has that fish in the cup, and that fish might not exist. It might be part of his imagination. There is a major focus, clearly, if you can't tell, if I couldn't make it clear enough, in this reading about your imagination and needing to bring something that you've been imagining down to earth. I would, if I were you, there are like 1.5 billion videos on YouTube all about using your imagination to create your own reality. Neville Goddard is like one of the best. Just look up Neville and imagination. You'll find 500,000 videos probably, or I should say 500 million videos all about using your imagination to create your own reality. And that's exactly what I would be doing here. Everyone's had these cards of manifestation this week and in the November readings. I really think it's because we have Neptune and Pisces, but we also have Jupiter is retrograding through Pisces. Jupiter will be there. It's going to start moving forward at the end of this month, but it'll be there till like December 20-something. And, we have a really good amount of time here, like 2 months, right? About almost to manifest whatever the hell we want. So I would be getting to work here, especially in your dreams, but also really good love. Love it. So thank you for being here, Sag. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.